When I was very young, I got fascinated by the idea of magic. It might have started when I watched Dragon Ball as a kid, seeing the warriors shooting beams of light. And this fascination for magic never died, it grew with me. When I was 12, I started playing Dungeons & Dragons and creating my own magical world. And that fueled my curiosity for magic even further. I was looking for the real thing. Perhaps it wouldn't be like Dragon Ball or D&D, but could I find real life magic? I started to explore. I looked for traditions that claimed some sort of magical practice. I had my tarot read dozens of times. I had my astrological map decoded. I learned to lucid dream and got really good at it. And all those things were really interesting, but were they magic? That was up for interpretation. Perhaps I would only ever find magic that was debatable. Perhaps I would never find magic that was tangible, palpable. But then I did. This will be a different video. It is part of the Project for Awesome, a fantastic endeavor organized by the Foundation to Decrease World Suck. That's a real name, look it up. For a brief moment in the year, creators like me and audiences like you are invited to think about the future and what really moves you to create a better future. And let me borrow some poetics from Inspiro and my friend John and invite you to reflect on what it means to be a good ancestor. So today I will, as always, talk about world building and magic. But this time, I want to talk about building our world, the world we live in right now, and also about the real magic that exists in this world outside of our imaginations. This is important to me. As I mentioned, since I was a kid, this idea of magic has nurtured my mind. And now, as an adult, I am confronted with the idea that magic is in danger, that the lives and the cultures of the people who practice this real world magic, they are under threat. I mean, people pointing guns at their faces and telling them to leave their homes. Yes, there will be pain, and we will get to the pain. But first, let me tell you about the Bliss. I was invited to participate in this ritual in the outskirts of Rio de Janeiro. I was part of this group of very spiritualized people from Rio, though I was definitely not one of them. I was just very well connected. The ceremony would be conducted by two different Amazonian tribes that come from this region called Acre, that even in the vastness of the Amazonian rainforest is considered to be quite isolated and even impenetrable at places. When I say ritual, forget the Tibetan mountain meditations and the priest chorus of the Christian Mass. These people were jamming. It was all conducted via music. But that was no jam session. That was a ritual. There was concentration, electricity, fervor in the air. At some point, I was totally captivated. I was there. I was part of it. A new song was starting and the people around me started to sing the first words of the lyrics. And I sang them as well. The thing is, I didn't know that song. I didn't even know that language. The moment I realized that the spell was broken, I was like, oh god, what's happening? What's happening here? And for quite a few minutes I couldn't do it anymore until I got back into it, until I was completely present again. And then my body would sing on its own, as if it knew the songs for many, many years. And I sort of like watched my body doing this. That was real. That was happening to my body or with my body. For the first time in my life, though not for the last, I was experiencing real, material magic. And though it's been almost 10 years since that happened, I am still shocked and so grateful for this opportunity. I knew then I had been gifted one tiny fraction of the mysteries of the forest, one beautiful piece of those traditions and cultures. Okay folks, that was the bliss, the magic I had to share. Now it's time for us to open the gates of pain. Let me start that with a very simple statement that I'm sure you will understand. The mysteries of the forest are not optimized for making money. Our whole economic system is ready to disregard any magic, any culture, any tradition, if there's any money to be made in the place of those. In 30 years, humanity destroyed more than 20% of the Amazon rainforest, and it's a big forest, folks. This land we destroyed is bigger than Germany. And there will be a breaking point, we're getting dangerously close to that, in which the flora and the clouds can't run their virtuous rain cycle anymore. If we reach that point, there's no coming back. We are going to watch the Amazon dry up year after year, and there will be nothing we can do about this. And most of that destruction in the name of pasture. It's exchanging magic for burgers. One of the last bastions that still protects the forest are the indigenous reservation areas. But as you can imagine, there's a lot of people out. Get out. That are interested in just removing those areas altogether. And there's also a group of people who just illegally invade the reservation areas with enough guns and force people out of their ancestral homes just to burn everything to the ground afterwards and transform it into pasture. Displacing people from their homes is horrible. But displacing tribes that still operate in oral tradition, it's even more devastating. These people lose their ground. They lose their community. They lose everything. The stories, the magic, the real magic might die just because somebody wanted to make some money. And don't get me started on the biodiversity, okay? Okay? Imagine the shaman, the sage of the forest, the carrier of so many beautiful mysteries that people like you and I from the city, we can't begin to understand. Picture that person using their magic in the middle of this situation. And of course, their magic is not the Dragon Ball violent beams of light. Their magic is about opening the heart, attuning to more than we think it's possible. The shaman summons the forest, and the forest tells them, I'm dying. Please, I've been telling you for centuries now. You need to talk with these people, to convince them. Please. To me, being a good ancestor to my species means giving this shaman the tools they need to keep their culture, their forests, their biodiversity, their traditions, their magic alive. And alive in their way. Whenever they want to introduce me to their magic, which they did, I want it to be done on their terms. So for this year's Project for Awesome, I decided to raise awareness for Peoples of the Forest, a fantastic NGO that helps indigenous communities keep their sovereignty in the Amazon rainforest. They have all their information both in Portuguese and English, and you know what? They have kick-ass videos. Oh my god! I sent them a message and they allowed me to play this 1.5-minute clip that talks about their work and beliefs. And seriously, if you dig the world building I promote in this channel, you're gonna really enjoy this. Without further ado,
we are here, and have been for thousands of years. And despite everything, we continue determined and strong, standing firm. You can pretend you aren't bothered, that you aren't looking. But we're here, fighting for a long time. And now, more than ever, fighting against the clock. If there's any diversity left in the forest, it's thanks to us. If there's rainfall in the city or the countryside, it's also thanks to us. If medicine has somewhere to look for new cures, it's because we're here. But we can't go on being ignored. spending our lives being pushed out of the way. That's why we're going to keep on resisting, determined, standing firm, because we are the forest. And the forest is us.
E a floresta somos nós.
Oof. Intense, eh? With all seriousness, I have an opportunity here to help these people. And if you want to join me, I'm gonna leave all the instructions on how to vote for my project in the Project for Awesome. And for them, this will be a big deal. The Brazilian real right now is very low, so any money coming from outside the country is suddenly greatly multiplied. For them, it's not gonna be a bonus. It's going to be a lot of unexpected money suddenly there to be used. That would be really fantastic. And of course, I encourage you to engage with the Project for Awesome, to watch other videos, to donate some money if you are in this financial position. It is a lovely thing to happen on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this different video, and I hope you found some love for the wandering shaman that just wants to live a peaceful life in the forest. And I'll see you folks next time. Ciao!